Hello, my name is Jerry Joseph. I'm here with the Jackmormons performing at KINK 101.9 FM, Skype Live Studio.
Jerry Joseph and the Jackmormons once again. Hey, thanks for that. Wow, man. You still got it. If there was any doubt, you still got it. Some stuff I don't have. You've been coming to Portland for quite a while. What, 30 plus years, I guess? Hundreds of shows, thousands of shows. Do you remember your first stop?
Yeah, I think the first time we played Portland, I don't know for sure if it was the first. The first time I remember playing Portland, we didn't live here, and we were playing at Key Largo, and somebody that we knew was like, "Oh man, that guy can be really heavy." Tony DeMacaulay, that ran Key Largo, and we pulled up and we ran into his car, like our van, smashed his car, and he was pretty nice to us for the next 20 years. But that moment of like, oh no, and I think that's the first time we played here. We used to do terrible here, and that's when we moved here. Like of all of our West Coast markets, like Portland was our worst.
Yeah. Yeah, I read there was a recent write-up, and you said there's been a lot of good, but there's been some bad, a little bit all the above.
I read that.
You said that.
I did.
Yeah.
Like many things, it was probably a larger sentence. But
You're right.
I think that would be true anywhere you live.
Yeah, sure.
My New York friends have their moments where massive success, and then they're playing door gigs, and then it comes back around. So Portland for me is, I think in that article, what I don't think came up enough is it's actually been very good to me. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've made a living here. I can play 4 nights for New Year's, and
Yeah.
these guys are.
That's right. Give it up for Jerry.
Thank you.
And these guys. And you recently, just a couple months ago, and we should applaud this, became a official member of the Oregon Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, right? What does that mean to you? I mean, that's a nice tip of the hat, don't you think?
Well, as my wife said, for my mom, it was like I finally got my master's. I didn't get my doctorate, but,
Yeah, right.
but I finally finished my master's program in my early 50s, and
Yeah.
so that was big.
That's big. No, that's really
And,
really cool.
and they all came, and my family came, and so it was pretty exciting.
Super cool. Like 30 plus records over your career, and your resume is long. This last one, we'll talk about your new one in a second. This last one took you off to Iceland to write. Is that right?
I was just in Iceland and Scotland. I met these guys in England. A lot of this, we'll play those songs coming up. A lot of this was written more like in the Middle East and different places. It's easier for me to go away to write. I've never been a big, if I've got the night off, we're watching Homeland. What I'm not doing is sitting in front of my laptop with an acoustic guitar trying to figure out, which is probably why my novel could not come for decades. Because I haven't started it.
With this last record, Istanbul Fog of War, it's just 2 songs. And that's for sale up there on the LP too. And you did those both in one take. Is that true?
Yeah, we had gone through a little bit of personnel change, and we had this lineup that we have now, which is Jeff Crosby on the guitar and the vocals, Stephen James Wright on the bass and the vocals, Stephen Gary Jesus on the drums and the vocals. So we'd had this change, and often that doesn't work out well for people. And we got into the studio. We were down at like the Grateful Dead TRI stuff, and it was pretty high stress. And my friend Dave Schools was producing, and we'd made a lot of records together. And there was this moment. I'm not supposed to swear. I don't care. And we were like, oh, man, this band is really good, and possibly the best band I've ever played with. And these guys, and so we were cutting these songs in Fog of War and Istanbul, and both of them were pretty long. And you're kind of looking at the clock, and you're like, everybody wants you to have it like bring it under 5 minutes, and it's 10, 11. I'm not a big. I mean, I'm a musician, but I'm not always that guy. Like, oh my God, that music. I'm don't usually froth about music, and it was awesome. It was amazing, and so we just kept it. And both of those tracks, I think that when we were done, they would always talk like about the Clash when they walked off stage. There was nothing left. When James Brown walked off stage, there was nothing left. Didn't like wasn't more backstage that he was going to get and bring back. And both of those tracks were kind of like that. It was like whatever conceivable thing. I know that in Fog of War we had Scott Law playing with us and a keyboard player Mookie Siegel. That's a lot of moving parts in the studio, and everybody killed it. I'm saying that not because I hope that they like me, but literally some of the most badass guys I've ever played with. So we kept them. We kept those songs, and that's what we released. It came out on red vinyl. Is it out?
They got vinyl up there.
It's out.
Yeah.
2 songs, 30-something minutes.
Nice. Well, Pink Floyd did that.
Pink Floyd did that?
Yeah.
Mike Oldfield did that?
Yeah, it's worked out pretty well.
It was funny because there was this guy in England. He's like, you'll never make it here. Like, the Brits can't handle anything over 3 minutes. And I'm, like, looking at the new record, and I'm like, oh, man.
Did you ask him if he's listened to Animals? Those songs are
I did not. I thought of a lot of smart-ass things to say, but I didn't say any of them.
The New Year's Eve tour tonight, they'll hit Music Millennium at 6, New Year's Eve at the Mission Theater, Doug Fur Friday and Saturday. I'm going to shut up and get out of the way. Jerry Joseph and the Jackmormons. Thank you so much, you guys.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.